Okay, we're going to try it this way. Got a very, very special cigar today. This is the Voyage #2. And there's a story behind this cigar, so I'm going to try and lay it on you. I can't remember the guy's name, but he founded a cigar company in like 2014 or so, or 2013. And Loria was making the cigar. And it was called the Voyage. And it received critical acclaim. And he shut it down, shut the company down, about a year later or 2 years later, when the FDA was going to make a ruling on cigars and charge us more for smoking cigars. So he got cold feet, and he went to work for another company. Can't remember the name of it. And later decided he was going to make cigars again, or have cigars made for him. His blend, his whatever. And that's how this came around. So this is a brand new cigar, the Voyage. This is edition #2. And it's highly sought after, and my friend Keith Brick gave me this. Comes in with tight invisible seams, a little spotted wrapper, and there we have it, the Voyage. Named for Christopher Columbus making the voyage in 1492. I hope this video turns out because I can't see what's going on there. All right, nice toast. Good draw. I'm just going to finish pouring my beer here. Same as last night. Coors Banquet beer. I got a 6-pack for $7. Drank 3. I'll probably drink the other 3 tonight. Drinking the other 3 while reading Ernest Hemingway, For Whom the Bell Tolls. I get on these kicks. I'll start reading classic literature, and I've got Robin Hood in the back, but he's hard to, or that story is hard to read. It's like reading Aesop's Fables or Uncle Remus. You know, it's just hard to read because it's dated. Well, what do we have here? It's not a torn wrapper, but it is definitely a little loose. Well, it is a torn wrapper. Okay. We'll just try and keep a hold of it. Nice band. So this is made in the Dominican Republic, but and the first series was made by Loria. This is not made by Loria. It's made by somebody else. It doesn't tell me who. Right off the bat, I get wood. Cedar, oak. Cedar and oak. More cedar on the retrohale. I like wood. I like the flavors. And once again, when you get the flavor of cedar, it's not actually... Guys, cut it out. What you're getting is what you normally smell on the taste buds. So if you know what the smell of cedar smells like, that's what it tastes like on the palate. So far, it's a very nice cigar. Thank you, Keith, for giving that to me. This is, if you go online and you look for this cigar, it's the Voyage 2.0. And it just came out today or yesterday, or sometime maybe a week ago. And Keith got his hand on a couple and he gave me one. Okay, here we go with the beer. Hello, honey. Nice ass. This is a Toro. This is about 6x50. Okay, as I'm looking at the ash, I can tell that that's not going to be a very tight or long burning ash. just because of the openings in that ash. So it'll probably get to about an inch, inch and a half and fall off on its own. Very woody. Now the oak is coming. I like it. I like the flavors of wood. A stack of dimes going on. So the old lady is going to trivia with the young lady, her daughter. So I have the house to myself, so I'm going to read tonight. Hopefully I can get through 10 chapters instead of 2 or 3. Got some baking spice on here too. Vanilla. Now it'll be interesting to see if this cigar transitions. So there's a close-up of it, the Voyage. Oh, hello. Oh, Aspen, you big boy with the big paws. I can't see your paws. Hello, big boy. Drinking tonight from 507th Regimental Airborne Division. Collins glass. Damn, it took me a few minutes to figure that out. Once again, that beer is wet. It's not dry. It's kind of sweet from the corn and the other brewer's grains in there. Probably rice. Probably got some corn syrup in there too.
Buddy.
That's pleasant. Cedar, oak, maybe even a little pine, but it's definitely woody. And then the baking spice lingers. It's a short finish. It's not overpowering. It doesn't last on the palate. It's quite enjoyable, especially when you're drinking a very light beer. Hello, big boy. You are some kind of good-looking cat. You really are. Nice looking ash. Very woody through the retrohale. Now the finish is getting shorter and shorter than when we first started off. It's very mild on the palate. Pine comes through on the palate. Light cedar. I won't say it's a generous smoke output, but it's plenty of smoke output. You gonna come see me? Nope. I think they're waiting to be fed. It's a feeding frenzy when it's time to feed the cats. There's 18 that gets fed inside and about that many outside. The males are outside, the females are inside. And we're working on getting them fixed every week. I'm liking this cigar. I think this goes for about $8 or $9. I don't know how much Keith paid for it. But as we look at the ash, we see it has that stack of dimes, and that it hasn't split or opened up any. So, we're down to about an inch, inch and a half. But I am having to triple puff every time. So I'm going to slow down a little bit so I don't get a run worse than what I'm getting here. That's probably from the way I'm smoking it. Back to the beer. That tear is probably my fault. I had a pretty good size compartment of cigars in my little travel humidor, and I put that big heavy lighter in there as well, and that's probably what caused the damage on the wrapper. Very mild, in a good sense. Usually when I say very mild, it means it has no flavor at all. But this has the wood, the cedar, the pine, and the oak. And the oak is really starting to open up now, especially through the retrohale. Let's try it again. Yep, wood is the predominant flavor I'm getting. Look at that ash. Got a little run there, but that'll probably self-correct. Ash is still tight even at the end. It's a very nice cigar. Thank you, Keith, again. Now the cedar's starting to come through. All right, I'm going to knock the ash off. And that looks good. So I guess the old lady and the young lady are going to go have burgers before they do trivia at the brew pub. She had to work a little later today, so I got to go to the brew pub. Had 2 beers and 1 cigar, and then I went and picked her up. She had to work late, had to do a refiling on a case. Wood is still the primary flavor. The baking spice has kind of gone down a notch or two. So if you like wood flavors, cedar, oak, pine, whatnot, and I may be missing something here because my palate is going, there's something else there, and I'm yet to figure it out. Hello, big boy. You gonna come see me? Aspen. Aspen. Yes, you. Oh, don't look at me like that. She'll feed you before she leaves. He's got the biggest paws. He's got 7 claws on each of his front paws. Nope, don't go there. Don't go there. Come on. Come on. Don't want you to knock over my tablet. All right, we're about through the first third. No transition so far. It's all oak, cedar, pine, and fucking cats. It's past feeding time. This will be fun. Still primarily wood. Pine and oak. Less cedar. Very pleasant, very enjoyable. And that's one of the things about Dominican cigars. You get more subtle flavors than in-your-face flavors. And I am one of those people that prefer the Nicaraguan in-your-face flavors. That's why I like Perdomo. It's why I like AJ. I know with the Perdomo that every blend he does is available in 3 different wrappers. So if you're a Connecticut shade guy for the mildness, you can get it. If you're a sun-grown for the spice, you can get it. If you're a Maduro guy for the coffee, you can get it in every single blend that he produces. AJ's the same way. Nice burn. As far as I know, this is the only cigar that this guy is putting out. And I've forgotten his name. And it's only available in 2 sizes, a Robusto and a Toro. And I would much rather have the Toro. Now I'm getting more pine. But it's still a woody taste. I'm going to leave the band on. I have no idea how long we've been talking and smoking, but with half the cigar gone, I would think we're at the 15-minute mark. I have a tendency to smoke these a little bit faster than I should when I'm doing videos than when I'm just sitting here reading a book, because I'll take a puff, set it down, read a couple of pages, take another puff, but when I'm on camera, I usually just smoke right through. So this cigar in a Toro should last me, personally, 45 minutes. Churchill's usually last me about an hour. Once again, through the retrohale, mild, non-lingering on the finish, on the palate. And I tell you what, I would smoke this as either the first cigar of the morning, if I'm not drinking coffee, or the last cigar at night. Something lighter on the palate. But I am triple puffing every time. With a Perdomo, I double puff. With an AJ, I usually double puff. Most of the Nicaraguan cigars that I buy, I double puff. Just because I like a lot of smoke in my mouth to get the flavors. Alright, so there's the Voyage. 507th Regimental Airborne Collins Glass, Hunters from the Sky, airborne all the way. That's for my buddy Daniel Eugene Black in Richmond, Virginia. Not only was he in the 507th, he was in the 187th Infantry Regiment at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, when I was there. All right, we're going to take the band off. Okay, that came off clean. No tear on the cigar. Nothing on the back. Let me put that in my cigar dossier. A little more smoke output And I find this to be true pretty much universally. When you take the band off, it loosens up the area and the restriction, and you get a little better draw. Perfect burn. Razor sharp. Yes, sir? Are you looking at me? He likes cigar smoke. He'll go downwind. If the wind's blowing this way, he'll go downwind. If it's blowing this way like tonight, he'll sit over there. He likes cigar smoke. Okay, so we're halfway through this. I have no idea what time we're at. We're just continuing to smoke this down and drink my beer. I had some scotch the other day. There's a bottle that I bought the wife. But we didn't care for it. It's called Old Particular. It was 10 years of age. And when I pour it into the glass, it's clear, like Everclear or, you know, moonshine. It has no color. After 10 years of aging, it has no color. And here's the funny thing about Scotch whiskey. By law, they're allowed to add caramel color. Well, what does that do? It takes a spirit that's clear as Everclear and turns it into a tan or a bourbon-esque looking whiskey. And to me, that's cheating. So I look for scotches that do not add caramel color. And here's another thing. Beer. What is that beer? It's a brown. Newcastle. Newcastle Ale adds caramel color to their beer to make it darker looking, richer looking. That's cheating. I'm going to guess that was Ernie. Ernie is our biggest cat. He's got a head like this. And he's got 6 claws. And he is just the alpha male. But he's skittish. But when it comes to the females, he's always the first in line. Which I don't mind, because then they produce more polydactyls. No, she hadn't fed you yet. She'll be out. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it because I'm halfway through and it hasn't transitioned one bit. It's all been the same. Wood is the theme, and a little bit of baking spice. So you get oak, you get cedar, and you get pine. And I'm quite pleased with that cigar. I would buy it again on a scale. Well, I didn't buy it, but I got it for free. On a scale of 1 to 5, it's a solid 4, 4.5. It's a cigar that if you get the chance to try, do so. Okay, that's it. Good night, Curry. And thank you, Keith.